Good morning, students. Yesterday, in the second video of motion chapter, we had studied about velocity, acceleration, uniform accelerated motion, and solved some numericals related to average speed, average velocity. So we will just recall things which we had studied in the last lecture. What is velocity? Velocity is change in displacement of a body in unit time, or it can be defined as speed with definite direction. It is symbolized by small v. Acceleration. The change in velocity of a body in unit time is known as acceleration. It is symbolized by a. The unit of velocity is meter per second, kilometer per hour, whereas the unit of acceleration is meter per second square, centimeter per second square. Now, uniform accelerated motion. If a body covers equal increase in velocity in equal interval of time, then the body is said to be performing uniformly accelerated motion. Then we had started the numericals by jotting down some important points which we need to keep in our mind while solving the numericals, in which we had made a tabular formation of 5 columns, which we had written serial number, quantity, symbol, formula, and units, which enables us to know which quantities, magnitude, or value is mentioned. Moving on further, we have solved 3 sums of the test book. Moving on further, the fourth sum of the test book, in that you are told the body starts its journey from stationary states and attains a velocity of 6 meter per second at 30 seconds. After that, it moves with that velocity, and on application of brake, the velocity of the vehicle reduces to 4 meter per second in 5 seconds. You are asked to calculate the acceleration in both the cases. First case, you are told that the body is in stationary state. Stationary state means the velocity of the body will be 0. So u is mentioned as 0, initial velocity. Whereas it attains a velocity of 6 meter per second. That is your final velocity. It attains this velocity within 30 seconds. So the formula of acceleration for the first case is v minus u upon t. That is 6 minus 0 upon 30. That is 6 upon 30, 1 by 5. That is 0.2 meter per second square. Meter per second square is the unit of acceleration. Now moving on to the second case, in which you are able to see that on the application of brake, the velocity of the vehicle reduces. So here your initial velocity will be 6 meter per second and final velocity 4 meter per second, which is attained by the vehicle on the application of brake. Time is 5 seconds. Formula for acceleration is v minus u upon t. That is 4 minus 6 upon 5. It is negative 2.5. It is negative 0.4 meter per second square. A negative sign beside the value of acceleration indicates it is retardation. Now moving on to the next topic, that is graphical representation of motion. Before moving on to the graphical representation of motion, we should know few terms related to the graph. First point, intersection of two perpendicular lines is origin. Here you can see that two perpendicular lines are drawn and they meet at O. The point O represents origin. The coordinates of the origin is 0, 0. The two perpendicular lines divide the graph into 4 parts. They are known as quadrants. Each quadrant is named as first, second, third, and fourth quadrant respectively. The coordinates of the first, second, third, and fourth quadrant are plus plus, minus plus, minus minus, plus minus. There are two axes, that is x-axis and y-axis. Horizontal line is known as the x-axis, whereas the vertical line is known as the y-axis. Here we represent independent variable on that of the x-axis, whereas dependent variable is mentioned on the y-axis. So moving on further, our topic is distance time graph. The distance time graph We represent time on the x-axis and distance on the y-axis. So here are some of the graphs to explain different contents of distance time graph. If you see in the first graph, that is A, you can see that the body is stationary. Its distance from the origin does not change. So in a distance time graph, if you get a line parallel to the time axis, it represents that the body or the object is in stationary state. If you see the B graph, it indicates uniform motion of a body. If in a distance time graph, the body in motion is a straight line from the origin, then we say that it is in uniform motion. Now, if you see the C graph, using the distance time graph, position of the object or the body in motion can be estimated. Here, the C graph indicates non-uniform motion of the body. If you move on to the D graph, if in a distance time graph, the motion of a body is parabolic. Here you can see it is parabolic. The motion, it is said to be uniformly accelerated motion. Now, if you see the fourth graph, the speed of the body in motion can be determined by determining the slope of the line obtained in a distance time graph of a body having uniform motion. Here you can see that the time taken to cover the distance of 10 km is 20, whereas the time taken to cover the distance of 20 km is 40 minutes. So we can estimate the speed of a body which is in uniform motion with the help of distance time graph. These are the uses of distance time graph. Moving on further, the next topic is velocity time graph. In velocity time graph, we represent time on the x-axis, whereas velocity on the y-axis. Because time is independent variable quantity, whereas velocity, distance are dependent variable quantity. Now moving on to the uses of velocity time graph, it enables us to find whether the motion of the body is uniform or non-uniform motion. If you see in the A graph, here you get a straight line which is parallel to the time axis, which indicates that the body is performing uniform motion. Now, if a line is not parallel to the time axis and is found to be of any other shape as shown in the graph B, C and D, we can say that the body is in non-uniform motion. Now, if you see in the B graph, if you get a straight line passing through the origin, then it indicates uniformly accelerated motion. Whereas if you get to see in the C graph that if you get a line slanting from that of the y-axis towards x-axis, it indicates that the body is performing uniform retarded motion. Information about the changes in the magnitude of velocity can be obtained from the velocity time graph. Now, if you see the D graph, in that the body is performing non-uniform accelerated motion because the increase in velocity of the body in the equal interval of time is not the same. So we say that the body is performing non-uniform accelerated motion. From the velocity time graph of an object, distance traveled by a body in certain time can be determined.